Okay, so I'm working as a QA from last 8.5 years, in which I worked on different manual plus automation projects, in which I have 5 years of experience in web automation, where I used Selenium and Java as a programming language and TestNG, and some project I also use Cucumber. And I have 4 years of experience in mobile automation testing, in which I used APM and TestNG and Java as a programming language. And also I worked on API automation using REST Assured, in which I used REST Assured as a Java-based library, and we have automated few APIs. And I also experience in creating a data-driven framework from scratch in previous project. And also we are working on Jenkins to create the CI/CD pipeline for our automation to schedule our automation. And from last 1 year, I also using AWS for manual testing, and also we are testing our applications on Docker container. So in current team, we have 5 member teams, in which I am working as a senior QA, in which currently we have web automation and mobile automation both. So we are automating both right now, and also Jenkins part is also there. And for manual testing purpose, we using cloud and other stuffs like Docker container.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are so you are talking about Docker. So have you, I mean, set up Docker or it's already been in setup?
No,
You.
we like our product is by using our product, the customer will create their own applications. So they have to drag and drop there, and with our application, they can create their applications. So our team is from runtime side. We have to run the application on different environment. So one of the environment is also a Docker. Like we have to run those application. Like if they face some issues, so we got the
Mhm.
simplified version of their application, and we have to run on container, Docker container. So
Okay.
environment of, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So if I need to execute my test cases on Docker container, so could you please just brief me about that, like how it works?
hello. So right now, first we have to create the build image, Docker image,
Mm-hmm.
like a Docker build, and some configuration is there, and those folders are already created by our application, like environment with what we are providing.
Mm-hmm.
So just we have to configure on a few things there, and the image will create. Then after creating this image, we have to configure, like we have to run it. So different parameter is there as per our environment. So
Mm-hmm.
those parameter on a by slash e hyphen e, we pass those parameter. And also like monitoring is also there. So for monitoring, we already have one monitoring tool which build already built in our
Yeah.
company
So
build.
yeah. So
So
Docker is being set up. So how you run your test cases on Docker?
no, then we run our application using Docker file. And there we first the already, like first we have to use that image like with what we created,
Mm-hmm.
and there we add our application in that, and we have to
Mm-hmm.
expose to a particular port, like say, expose 80 90 or something. So that Docker file we have to create, and then we have to run our application, like Docker run and some parameters and
Mm-hmm.
dot.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So
path we have to give
yeah,
of Docker file. Yeah.
whenever I run my test case on Docker, what used to happen? I mean, where our test case used to run? My question is this: is there any
In
something and
container.
okay, in container?
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
will happen once your test case is finished?
We check the logs after the test case is finished. We start the running of our application, and we have to check the logs, like
Okay.
if the log is coming correctly or not, that
Mm-hmm.
we have to verify it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
using that Docker UI we have, so there we check the logs,
Mm-hmm.
and
You are
Docker
using
PS those.
VNC
Yeah.
VNC viewer, something like this.
No, no, normal Docker we are using Docker UI, not VNC Viewer.
Okay, okay. Prink.
Yes. So you have explained us the framework which you are using. So can you share your screen once?
Okay.
And open any browser, maybe Chrome or whatever browser you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Browse Amazon.in. Yeah.
Yep.
Now uh, just type anything like a T-shirt in the search box. Now if you see there is no, go back.
Uh,
Just just stay on the search box. Don't scroll down.
okay.
Yeah. So there are suggestions which are getting displayed, right? T-shirts for male, women. So there are 10 of those. So the
Yeah.
manual way of testing it is you just type something and you count there are 10 suggestions. How would you write a code to validate that there are 10 suggestions displayed whenever you type something?
Okay. So like we'll get the locator of this list and
Okay.
like so find elements we will do and it will return all the list of elements which
Can
are
you
showing there and
can
we will
you
calculate. Yep.
can you write the XPath or find the XPath?
Okay.
Selectors hub is a extension which you are using to get the XPath.
Yep. Yeah.
You just need to validate the count. You don't have to validate the text.
Yeah,
I think with this, there are 10 elements matching. I can see clearly.
yeah. Then I will do like dot get text. So I think it will print the text inside these tags. T-shirt combo for men.
Okay, okay.
So like that, I can verify it. If we don't get text, then I will create text path up to this aerial level. Then I can verify the text.
Abhishek, you want to ask the next
Yes.
question?
Yeah. So open Notepad, one of the note. Could you please
Yeah,
write the syntax for fluent wait?
don't wait. WebDriver wait like which is a class in which we are passing the WebDriver object.
Mhm. Okay. Forget about fluent wait. Write explicit wait.
So wait dot until
Mhm.
condition like we have to give the condition there.
Okay. Mhm.
Like element is present or not something condition will do it here like time we have to pass
Okay.
like how much time we have to
So
uh,
okay. So are you? I mean, this is the correct statement.
yeah some here is there like
So I mean, I found there's some error. Okay. In line number two or line number four. Could you please identify that?
okay in this there is a error
I mean, in both the line.
with the line
Yes.
typecasting
No.
syntax
Yeah.
this
Syntax.
is the class it's name so
Mm-hmm.
WebDriver wait is the object of creating the object
No, don't. I mean, don't go for the naming convention. I mean, there is some uh, error related to Java that I can find. Look at the parameter that you have. I mean, passing the constructor.
yeah this is the I'm passing the WebDriver object
Okay.
created
So this is the
so
correct. I mean, way to pass the parameter in constructor. WebDriver wait constructor.
like is the driver object like I'm creating like for
Okay. Okay. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Suppose there is no. I mean, the problem is like you need to pass to parameter and row number four driver
yeah
comma time. Okay, that is the problem.
here I have to pass time also
Yes, obviously, this is the syntactical problem that you have. Okay, just forget about
okay
this. Now, if there is no, suppose if there is no explicit weight or implicit weight or fluent weight is available in Selenium, suppose, and
yeah
you are a senior QA or you are having 8 year of experience, you need to create a custom, you need to create a wrapper method which will do these all things. what will you do? You need to create a method which will do the explicit wait or fluent wait, something like this.
Okay.
Uh,
Then like I'll
Suppose,
create a method.
yeah, so let me again give you some conditions. Suppose I have an element on the page, and sometimes it's used to visual at 30 second or 60 second, 90 second, and maximum by 120 second. Okay, so in FluentWord we can use something like this, like boolean or something like this. But suppose this is, I mean, FluentWord is not available. You need to create your own. What will you do?
Okay. So we'll create a method like with try catch block and
Okay.
try catch. Like we will like whatever the count we will check. Like for example, in 5 seconds.
Uh-huh.
So like we will put a thread dot sleep of 5 seconds, and it will
Okay.
check in five every 5 seconds the condition. If it
Could
is
you please
same,
write it?
it will
Could you please write it down?
example here comes from.
Just write down the method. I mean, I'm not worrying about the syntax, public void and blah blah. I'm interested in what all parameter you are providing in that method, and the syntax that you will be writing in the code in that method, which will work as a fluent wait, and everyone in the team can use that. Do not write try. I know my code will work in each and every time. Do not write try catch. I'm not worrying about try catch.
No, because by using try catch only, I'm creating a method.
Okay, do that. Do that. Just copy this catch block and paste it below again. This whole catch block, paste it below, and instead of exception, write no such element exception instead of exception in the lower one.
Okay.
No such element exception. So just this. So if your try block is getting no such element exception, will this
Okay.
row number 19 executed or not?
No, like it should be like from child to parent. If we are writing a catch block, so first the child should come, then parent. Otherwise, it will give us the error, compile time error. Like we are not defining the correct order of the
Okay, are
exception.
you sure it will give the compile time error or runtime error?
Runtime error it will give.
Okay. Yeah, Prank. Yeah, if you have any question.
Okay. So
So you have a work experience on mobile app also, right?
yeah.
So
Hello.
mobile. So apart from web, you have got experience in the mobile app also, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I have.
Okay. Uh, what all tools have you used to locate the elements?
In mobile or
Yes.
okay, in mobile like normal like ID is there, then class name, partial test, link text, and accessibility ID. Then in Android we have Android Android UI locator I think, and in iPhone we have iOS class chain locator and iOS predicate string locator. So normally in iOS the XPath work very slow, so we use iOS class chain. It's almost same, similar like XPath. So these
And
two.
what all capabilities have you used for creating the Android driver?
For Android driver, like first the device name we needed, platform name, which platform we are working like, and platform version, Android version, and then automation name like UI automated 2, which automation we are using. Like for Android, we use UI automated 2. So that thing, and then app path. If we are like having the APK file, then we have to pass the APK path in app, and like if you want to use the browser, then we have to pass the browser driver capability, like mobile browser if you want to use, and um, no reset we can also pass, like in no reset it won't like install again and again, and yeah, these things.
And in mobile automation, can you let us know any recent most challenge which you have faced and how you resolved it?
Okay, so like in web your web view testing we face a problem, like our developer wrap the web view inside a native application, so it's kind of hybrid. So to moving from the like to change the context, like we have faced some issues, and to verifying that web view, like it's tricky because the UI got changed in that case, so it's very difficult to view, like verify the web view inside the native application.
It looks like it was a simple like context dot switch might have used.
Yeah, but it was not working that time, so some developer had changed something, and then after like even we are switching to that context, like so the view that web view is coming inside that, it won't coming directly, so we have to scroll it if we want to view, like we have to verify it. So that time, like in web view we have to scroll, so that was the problem in there. So that why it takes a lot of time.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think only we have got 1 minute left. Um, so let me just check with Renu if we can extend the time. Are you okay, Faisal, to extend the time, or do you
Yeah,
have any
sure,
other
sure.
commitments?
No, I'm okay.
So let me just check with Renu. Abhishek, if you have any questions, I can
Yes.
just continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so are you? I mean, I'm familiar with API automation too, na?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what all things you use to verify while I mean validating any API?
So first thing, like we have to verify the again status code,
Hmm.
which code we are receiving, like it is 201 or 20 or something, like what is the expected one. So
Okay.
that thing we have to verify. Then in
You
body,
know
like different,
about
yeah,
503?
yeah, it's internal server error, like server
And
side error thing.
405?
Just 405 is forbidden. I think it is related to client, our client. If there is some
Mm-hmm.
issue with our request, then 400 type of error will come. Like 405 is for like forbidden. I think our request got forbidden.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So what all things you verify?
Okay. So first the status code, then the body. In body we have to verify different tags, like whatever the expected from there, like whatever the tags are coming, then we have to
Mhm,
verify it on those tags with
mhm,
expected one.
uh-huh,
And like with different parameter, we have to check the API if it is like we
mhm,
pass different query parameter
mhm,
or path parameter is there. So those parameter will pass and we will verify our API. Then the resource, like if an invalid scenario also we have to verify, like with invalid resource or in like if like different method we use, then what will happen, those, so those negative test
mhm,
cases we have to
mhm.
verify it.
Okay, so suppose you are, I mean, executing some web automation test cases. Okay,
Okay.
and you, I mean, anyhow, you suppose you have 20 test cases in your suite, and you executed those 20 test cases. You find that every time I execute those test cases, some test cases, I mean, 50% test cases pass and 50% fail. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
and whenever I execute them one to one basis, then all gets passed. So what all things you will be checking, like what is happening, I mean, behind the scenes, like that's why my test cases are failing. What are the areas you will be interested in checking, like, okay, this first thing I will check this, then I will check this, then I will check this. If everything is working fine, then I can say that application is slow or something like this. So what you will
Okay.
do?
It's first thing, like I will check from our end, like uh, for example, the transition between the test cases is correct or not. Sometimes what happen, like the next test case when we are like run locally or individually, like then
Mm-hmm.
the prerequisite is there, like from where the test case start. But when we run in a group, like so that
Mm-hmm.
time our like driver is like which UI is open, like which browser is open and
Mm-hmm.
from which browser it is starting.
Mm-hmm.
So the prerequisites, if not there, then also it got
Okay,
failed.
first point is this. Second.
Uh, Second, we will check like driver is like closing that one or not. Like the
Okay,
previous case is running. Then
yeah, that's not the
okay.
case. Next.
Then like if it is the machine is slow or not. Like if it is
Okay,
we are running on VM, so
yeah.
many
Now,
times like machine is got
now,
slow.
now come back to this point. You are saying machine is slow. How will you? What are the parameters that you will be using to identify machine? My machine is slow, or Abhishek's machine is fast. My machine is slow.
Like response time, we will get like how much time the page is loading, page load time and
So this
other stuff.
depends on machine. The page loading depends on machine.
No, that one is depends on network.
Network.
If our internet is slow, then web page is got slow. The thing,
Okay.
that thing.
And apart from that, network.
Yeah, in network like this
Okay.
one.
Yeah. In what cases your machine will be slow?
Sometimes the resource, like proper resource, system resource is not available. That time also it got slow.
Okay.
Mm.
S-
Some many
So
threads are running at a time.
yeah.
That
So you
time.
are okay. Okay. Multi-threading if you have opened multiple, or you are executing
Yeah.
multiple automation.
Multiple automation or already something is running in our system or
Okay.
yeah, some application is already running, so that time also we face issue.
Okay. Uh, so now come back to some part of manual. So are you involved in writing manual test cases?
Yeah,
I mean,
like normally right now, like we have the agile project, so we
mhm.
normally don't write like in-depth test cases, just
Correct, correct.
like as per the user story or task wise we write
Mhm.
like
So
what we are verifying and what are the use cases. Yeah.
okay. So what if, I mean, somebody is saying that Faisal, you need to write test cases first.
Okay.
We can plan for, we can plan for automation in next cycle, but right now we need, as we have a release, and we need to write manual test cases.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
what all things you will be, focusing while writing the manual test cases?
Okay. First, we start with the scenario preparation. Like first, we will plan the scenario. What are the scenario we can create it
Mm-hmm.
with a particular requirement using the by reading those documents, business requirement document and other document.
Mm-hmm.
We will create our scenarios list,
Okay.
and then according to those scenarios, then we will map, like we will create test cases according to those scenarios. Like we will pick first scenario, and what are
Mm-hmm.
the test cases, they are like valid test cases, invalid test cases, negative test cases of that scenario. We will
Mm-hmm.
create our test cases, and then we will create the steps of those test
Okay.
cases.
Okay. Okay, Prank.
I am good from my side.
Yeah. So one more question from manual side. Uh, Suppose, you are working in a sprint, okay, and you have written
Okay.
suppose 100 test cases, and
Okay.
anyhow you
Okay.
got to know that the test cases that you have written need to be modified because there are some
Okay.
requirement change within the sprint. Obviously, as we are using Agile, so requirement change is always welcome in Agile. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what will be the action item that you will be doing? Like requirement is being changed within the sprint, and you have already written 100 test cases. What will you do as a 8-year experience guy or 8-year experience QA?
Okay.
What will you do?
So, like all the requirement won't change. Like first, we have to identify what the requirement which are got changed. Like first of all,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as per that 100 test cases,
Mm-hmm.
so the requirement affecting like 30 or 40 test cases, those test cases first we
Okay.
have to identify it. Then we have to calculate the risk, like what are the risk,
Mm-hmm.
like how much effort we have to put
Mm-hmm.
in that as per our resources, and then we will decide, like we can verify in this sprint how much, like if we change these
Okay. So,
test
got
cases,
it.
how
Got it.
much we can verify.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, a 3 or 4 year experience guy, even he can do all those things. He will, analyze. He will, as suppose I'm having it, having 3 or 4 year experience. I will do the same. What you will be doing, or you will do as a 8 year of experience, like requirement is being changed, and what are the action item or what are the actions that you will be taking as a lead in that sprint?
The basic won't be changed even you're a 3 years guy or 4 years guy. Like this is the basic. Like first
Correct.
we have to
Yeah.
identify it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like, even the 10 years guy also say the same thing.
Yes.
Big it's like so, like it is about the execution thing, like how you can execute, how we handle the team, like how the resource, how we understand their team, like how much effort the team will put after
Uh-huh.
changing it. So
Uh-huh.
those things, like he has to identify, like basic or the calculation part will be same for even the 10-year or 15-year guy.
Okay. So, okay, I'm fine. Yes. So I'm done from my side. And do you have any question?
No, currently I don't have.